Your referee is Raven Saber.
Tail of the tape, you can see Akhmed Shervaniev, 10 years the junior, but when you have that X factor of that concussive one-punch knockout power, our man Monster Popal is dangerous in every phase of a mixed martial arts contest.
Let the wild rumpus begin.
Did you really just say the word rumpus? Fantastic, Carrick, never change. Here we go, right into the fight. You can see Armin Popal in that southpaw stance, just trying to stay light on the feet, spring in and out. Maybe trying to set up a big straight left right down the pipe, coming at that awkward angle.
Phil, I'm liking Shervaniev's in and out movement. He's playing with a distance between the two of them, throwing his opponent off just slightly. He's never going to be where he was a split second ago.
Nice 1-2 reply by Shervaniev. And at the moment, there's a real palpable kind of tension in this fight. Momentarily, Popal thought about throwing the big lead overhand there, predicated off the catching of the kick. Both men look calm, both men look dangerous. Coiled springs, the pair of them in there, Carrick.
I'm watching with bated breath. There could be a knockout at any moment here.
That was a nice catch and reply from Shervaniev. Caught the kick, replied with a beautiful right straight down the pipe. Good distance management there by Shervaniev, just slipping outside of the range of those shots coming in from Popal. Oh, big head kick. Popal just eats it and ready to come back. And you can see a little bit of marking up on the shin of Shervaniev. Big overhand from Popal. That's a real trademark of his fighting style. Coming in, jabbing to the body, coming in heavy with an overhand left. Right now, standing orthodox, showing that he can mix it up. Trying to catch with that overhand, and he swings everything. If he was a baseball player, he would be throwing fastballs. Absolutely throws everything he has into his punches. And he really is that type of fighter, Carrick, that's happy to eat a shot to land one of his own.
That's what I was alluding to earlier when I said he was crazy. When you do that in boxing, it's not quite as crazy as the gloves are so tiny. In this sport, it's crazy, and he is willing to go.
Shervaniev trying to counter with that lead left hook coming off the shots from Popal. He's been very close with it a couple of times. Shervaniev seems to be leading ever so slightly with the footwork. Shervaniev so far, for my money, doing a better job of finding those little gaps, getting those 4-ounce gloves through and stepping out again. But again, Popal being that type of fighter, as we know, just needs one little gap. Oh, that's a beautiful counter hook from Shervaniev. Oh, uppercut to hook, but Popal throwing right back with aggression. Oh, that lands flush, but Popal just shakes his head and keeps moving.
As we watch this fight
and
unfold,
again,
Phil, they're getting reads on each other. The hands are going to start landing more and more often. These two are getting reads on what will land, not on what defense works. You're not going to see a huge increase in their ability to defend. You're going to see a huge increase in their ability to land shots. That's what both of them is trying to understand about the other. How can I land that hand or foot? And they are discovering it.
Nice mixture of strikes there from Shervaniev. The hands to the feet, showing just how much his striking has developed. We have, of course, seen just how good his wrestling was against Antonio Carlos Ribeiro at Brave 18, November 16. In Bahrain, which he illustrated beautiful positional control. Now he's showing just how good he looks as a striker. Again, young fighters have that capacity to improve every time you see them, and only 24 years old, Shervaniev is essentially a mixed martial arts sponge.
Phil, a lot of fighters are out there trying to get reads on how not to get hurt. These two don't care. They're trying to get reads on how to hurt their opponent, and they are getting them.
That lead counter hook from Shervaniev is paying dividends because he seems to throw it, just has the timing on it, but Arman Popal, interestingly,
fingers are together,
is in for the takedown. The man largely lauded as the knockout artist is the one initiating the clinch, trying to get the takedown, and that's bound to be great for the confidence of Shervaniev.
Very smart in the separation. They both throw shots, too. When fighters separate and do nothing, it sometimes indicates that their hearts aren't into it. These two fighters want to knock the other person out.
If you have the guy who's widely considered to be the knockout artist against the guy who's widely considered to be more the wrestler, so the knockout artist shoots for the takedown, that's bound to pay dividends for the confidence of Akhmed Shervaniev, who's been landing that counter hook beautifully.
Certainly, Phil, I don't think that double leg was initiated because Monster had to.
Yeah.
I think he initiated it because he wanted to. He wanted to see, is that something that will work for me? They both separated from it fairly quickly and both wisely threw shots as they broke apart. Excellent round. Can you offer your opinion on who you think took it?
Really, I think it comes down to just the cleaner shots being landed by Shervaniev. That counter hook was beautiful for him. That lead right down the middle lands several times for him. So predicated just off the fact that Shervaniev's strikes are cleaner and a little bit landing just a little bit quicker, I would be leaning towards a 10-9 in favor of Akhmed Shervaniev.
I'm inclined to agree with you, but I could make an excellent, unlike most rounds, I can make an excellent argument either way. Referee
Reben Saber getting us underway in the second round here at Brave Combat Federation 43, live from Combat Kingdom Bahrain. Let us know what you think using the hashtag BraveCF43. Join the conversation.
Phil, expect, bet on big shots landing soon. They both fighters have taken the measure of the other one. They know how to get the shots landing, and they're going to do it.
This is a firefight, Kirik. Arman Popal's come out and he wants to try and turn this fight into a dirty, messy back and forth. Oh, he landed a beautiful shot there, momentarily took out the equilibrium of Arman Popal.
He's going to turn it up. He's going to try and put some pressure on. Headshots clear after 5 to 10 seconds. You have a brief little window to take your man out. That window is now passed. Back to setting the shots up.
He may feel like he has Popal hurt. Just needs to land again that counter hook over the top. I really am impressed by the developments Shervaniev has made in his striking and his boxing game, showing that the Akhmed guys are not just savvy grapplers, not just savvy wrestlers, but they can do it all.
Akhmed Fight Club fighters are not just tough, they're not just conditioned, they're not just strikers and wrestlers, they are expert in all aspects of mixed martial arts. And I'd be remiss not to say the same thing is true from All Stars MMA.
As you said, in the VT, two of the best teams in not just European mixed martial arts, but world mixed martial arts, throwing down right now for international bragging rights. Shervaniev, very, very technical, mixing it up with shots to the body, shots to the head, constantly keeping Arman Popal guessing, but as we've seen before, Popal does have the ability to turn a fight with one shot, and again, Shervaniev landing.
Phil, we've seen the single shots landing now repeatedly. The same way in the first round, these two fighters got the range of the other and learned how to land those shots. They're now going to use the single shots to set up more shots. We're going to start seeing combinations land. And when combinations land in quick succession, that's when you get a knockout.
Shervaniev using that cardio, as we said, has the unique ability to set the pace of a fight, and right now seems to be turning it up in increments. Can Arman Popal keep up, or will he wilt under the pressure? That's the question being asked of him right now. Beautiful shot. He hit him with a good shot. That wasn't an eye poke. That was the... Oh, beautiful work.
I believe that is it.
Beautiful work from Akhmed Shervaniev. Gets the finish. And I, initially, just looking at it, Kirik, it looked like the knuckle of the glove landed clean in the eye of Arman Popal. Personally, initially, I don't think it was an eye poke. I think it was a clean shot. I'll need to see a replay just to confirm that, but the follow-up shots...
Here's the replay, Phil.
There we have it. Here we see the shot coming in. leg kick, and boom, yes, it was a closed fist, landed right on the eye. Potentially, you could be looking at a broken orbital there, or something akin to that.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I am not a doctor. I haven't seen the x-rays, but I have seen a lot of broken eye orbitals. If I had to guess, that's what we saw right there. What we saw is an incredible exhibition of technical skill from Akhmed Shervaniev.
And as a professional mixed martial arts commentator, I have just fulfilled a dream of mine by saying that looks like a broken orbital. That's one ticked off the bucket list. A fantastic shot landed by Akhmed Shervaniev, who runs his knockout record to 7 wins via KO or TKO. At 24 years old, Carrick, the sky is the limit for this young man. Yes, we're seeing the doctor right now tend to the eye of Akhmed Shervaniev, and you have to give credit to the referee, Reben Saber, for identifying that, realizing it was a punch, and not calling a halt to the action for the doctors to come in.
The officials at Brave Combat Federation are second to none. In our heart, all of our hearts go out right now to Arman Monster Popal. We are hoping that eye is okay. We're hoping we're only looking at tissue damage, soft tissue damage, and that we don't have any broken bones. We don't have a detached retina, for example.
Well, it doesn't look like there's a lot of swelling going on there. He's able to open the eye, so may not be as bad as first anticipated, but when you get a knuckle square in the eye of these small gloves, it's going to cause serious damage. Damage which Akhmed Shervaniev was able to identify, capitalize on, and get the win by a second round TKO here at Brave Combat Federation 43.
All right, Brave Nation, another incredible war inside the Brave 43 cage. This one comes to an end with your winner by TKO due to strikes at 2 minutes and 45 seconds of the second round. From Akhmed Fight Club, Akhmed Shervaniev!
There you have it, made official by the Roaring Lion himself. A beautiful shot, beautiful straight right down the middle, follows up.
Tail of the tape tells the story. Akhmed Shervaniev did come in over the lightweight limit, therefore he forfeits a percentage of his purse. But moving aside from that, this is an incredible fight in prospect. The first takedown, a first grappling exchange is going to be the most intriguing for me, Kirk.
Very respectful glove touch. And now, nothing but damage.
And expect a little bit of a feeling out process from both men because they realize just how dangerous one another are and how heavily credentialed they are. Shervaniev taking the center of the cage right now. Lateral movement intelligently being implemented by Magomedov. Conventional wisdom would say Akhmed Shervaniev is the better striker on paper due to his wins by KO or TKO. Wasn't far away with a fired off hook there.
Akhmed maybe wound up just a little bit too much. May want to feel his opponent out just a little bit more.
He's trying to find a home for that big right hand, isn't he?
He is. May leave him susceptible to being hit himself.
Magomedov doing a good job of mixing up the strikes, the punches, the kicks low and high. Again, that lateral movement, he doesn't want to be a prone target.
Ahmed's hand is just a little low too. Maybe half an inch low.
Well, he's already bet on a leg kick there. He dropped the hand a little bit. If Magomedov can get a read on that, he could come over the top. Nice use of the fakes by Magomedov. And between the two highly credentialed grapplers, the majority of this fight in the first 90 seconds, all of it, has taken place on the feet. Big shot over the top from Shervaniev. Switching stances as Magomedov trying to keep Shervaniev guessing. Needs to be wary of circling into that big right hand.
Magomed shifting very adroitly. Brave Nation shifting is when you switch from one side forward, typically the left, called orthodox, to the right side forward called southpaw. Gives your opponent an entirely different look. It's a little bit like taking somebody, dropping them on the highway in a country where they drive on the other side of the road.
He keeps circling off towards that big right hand of Shervaniev. And if we can make that read, I'm sure Shervaniev has as well. Nice lead hook. Shervaniev now stalking. I think he senses a little bit of blood in the water, but beautiful front kick from Magomedov. Oh! Huge jumping knee landed just underneath the armpit for Magomedov.
That was potentially a fight-ending moment right there.
Fast hands by Shervaniev. Now throwing punches and bunches a little more as opposed to just that one single hitter quitter. Look at the reddening up over the left eye of Magomedov. That tells me that he's working into that right hand more than he's not.
Akhmed maybe gaining just a little bit in confidence. He's stalking just a little bit quicker. Got that right hand cocked. Trying to let it go with everything from his toes to his head. That was a cool little scramble. Nothing much came out of it.
Shervaniev seems to be the one that's leading the dance here, so to speak. He's the one that's putting the pressure on Magomedov, forcing him to get on his bike and move. Would like to see Magomedov switch it up a little bit with his movement, left and right. It's only a matter of time before he finds himself walking into that big right hand.
Akhmed threw that straight to the body, then he threw it straight to the head, inside low kick. There's going to be another straight.
Not far away with a head kick. Both of these.
Could have been the kick of the night right there, Brave Nation.
Heard the slap from that, ringing right through the arena here. Tried to go to the well with it again. Coming up to 30 seconds left in the first round, and as predicted in the pre-show, this fight is taking place largely standing.
That's the kind of high-level grappling we were talking about.
Exactly, Carrick. Takedown momentarily scored by Kamil Magomedov, but Shervaniev bouncing right back up, completely cancelling out the takedown attempt. And both these fighters have landed big with the strikes. You can see the reddening up underneath the left eye of Kamil Magomedov. You can see the reddening around the body of Akhmed Shervaniev. More of the same in round two, please.
100%, Phil. Kamil Magomedov clearly had the edge on the kicks. Akhmed Shervaniev had the edge with the standing. Had the edge standing with the hands. I think the hands were a little more significant than the kicks. I'd probably give him that round, but I sure wouldn't argue if somebody saw it the other way.
Very close rounds. I wonder what kind of information or what kind of tells that Kamil Magomedov can take from attempting that takedown. The corner of Shervaniev are bound to be saying to him, he attempted the takedown, he didn't score it, we don't need to fear the grappling as much as maybe people had alluded to in the lead-up. Again, one of the most interesting strikes of the entire fight was that spinning heel kick from Kamil Magomedov.
That flare double that happened at the very end was also a highly significant moment. I'm not 100% sure Kamil Magomedov knew he could pull that off. The fact that he did, I think the next time it happens, he's going to be a little bit more ready to jump on top, try and take top side control, and then see what he can do with his exquisite jiu-jitsu ability.
Yeah, and he's going to do it a little bit earlier in the round so that he has more time with which to work. Doing it 30 seconds into the first round was smart because it was safe. It showed him that he could do it. But now he can try that a little earlier in the round and maybe have a lot more time with which to work.
Akhmed's strategy a little bit clear. He's going to try and walk in, land a big straight.
And he just needs to get the timing on that right side movement, or more so left side movement. That circling from Kamil Magomedov, potentially so dangerous.
Kamil twice landed that body kick. Next, that third one missed, but he may be looking to go high with it before too long.
Nice whip hook there from Akhmed Shervaniev. Magomedov replying with some nice hands of his own. Nice head movement and feints being thrown here by Akhmed Shervaniev. Side to side.
Slick, very slick head movement.
He's trying to give Magomedov something to bite on here.
Magomedov saw that head going up, down, left, right. Threw a punch for the center, caught him clean.
Another spinning attack landed to the solar plexus for Kamil Magomedov. That front leg kick to the body is beautiful. Just whips it right up the middle. That's a stiff jab from Akhmed Shervaniev. Very, very nice. And he's slowly starting to step the pressure up. And a real hallmark of Akhmed Shervaniev's game is the fact that he sets a pace right from the start and turns it up and up. Very few people have been able to hang with the pace set by Akhmed Shervaniev.
Kamil Magomedov so far has brilliantly employed distance management. Had to get in the balls of his feet a few times, keeping his opponent at a distance with those low kicks.
Forcing the shot, big. That's a big shot from Shervaniev. If you're Akhmed Shervaniev, take a step back, let him stand up, you've hurt him.
There's about 10 seconds. Magomedov's got his head again. His head's back under him. He's got control of his legs again. Didn't have him for a long period of time there.
Shervaniev seems to want to stay on him, but conventional wisdom would dictate take a step back, let him stand up. He may still be compromised.
Nasty low kicks.
Akhmed Shervaniev needs to be wary of diving in. He doesn't want to throw himself into deep waters of grappling. Referee called for the stand-up. Does Shervaniev put it on with the same aggression, the same fervor, the same fury? Magomedov seems to have his cognitive function back about him.
That was very, very close though, Phil.
Nice stiff jab by Magomedov. He's working on the eye of Akhmed Shervaniev. Opened up a little bit of a nick.
So one of the amazing things, Phil, about headshots is you can take a headshot that almost takes you out of the game. 10, 20 seconds pass, you're right back to normal.
Again, that jab is working beautifully for Magomedov now that he's got it working.
That jab is turning a spigot on.
Shervaniev needs to keep his striking tight. Again, that jab is beautiful. Take down by Magomedov.
And can he keep him down?
Huge. Shervaniev trying to use the wisdom to get back to his feet. Oh, he lands up on top. Beautiful defense. Those are the kind of exchanges I wanted to see, Kerry. Beautiful work from both men. The takedown from Magomedov executed beautifully, but the get up from Akhmed Shervaniev was magical.
Phil, this is such a mix of strategy and extreme toughness.
Another spinning back kick from Kamil Magomedov.
As fancy as that was, it's those jabs that have caused the most damage. Have a quick look at Akhmed Shervaniev's face when he sits down. That left jab is causing havoc.
I am liking the show of respect from both men at the beginning and the end of each round here. That make no doubt about it, they are trying to end one another's night, but they're doing so with as much civility as I think you can. We're going to see the knockdown here. I think this was maybe just after one of the knockdowns. can see he's on shaky legs. Was it the secondary jab? Put him on the ground.
Talk about the sportsmanship that you just referenced, Phil. This organization, Brave Combat Federation, puts a lot of effort into developing fraternity between nations, between peoples, and between fighters. However, their fighters are not encouraged. They are encouraged to act however they want. If they want to be cocky, if they want to be aggressive, they can be. This respect that you're seeing between these two, it comes straight from the heart.
All to play for going into the third and final round here at Brave CF62 in collaboration with Octagon League, live from beautiful Almaty, Kazakhstan. And so far this fight has not disappointed one little bit, Kirik.
If Christmas comes a little early, I'll see a little bit more time on the ground between the two of them. But everything that's transpiring has been just as expected, incredibly tough and incredibly technical.
Итак, друзья, третий раунд. Давайте поддержим бойцов.
Get that jab from Kamil, it's piston-like, and it's landing in the same spot every time. And eventually that's going to open up that cut a little further and be an impediment to the vision of Akhmed Shervaniev in this third and final round.
It's a very, very smart strategy. Use that front kick, use that teep to keep the opponent away just far enough so you can see when he comes in. As he comes in, oh, there you go. Land that jab, that failing, level change, and get in on those hips.
Well, he is intent on getting a takedown, trying to go for the arm, but ends up on his back. What can Shervaniev offer from this position? He does have 4 wins himself by way of submission.
Ahmed wants to back off from here. That is not a guard you want to be hanging around inside of.
Surely it would be within the best interest of Shervaniev to stand up and get out of that bear trap.
A little shift in stance, back again to orthodox.
The nose of Akhmed Shervaniev might be giving him a little bit of trouble. He blew it out there.
Well, the referee should not be stopping it here. You have to fight on or not.
Was there a potential eye poke there, or is it attributable to the cut? I didn't quite see.
I did not see any indication whatsoever of an eye poke.
No, that was my initial thoughts. I didn't see an eye poke.
You're not allowed to call timeouts in mixed martial arts.
Here, Kamil Magomedov go back to that jab. I'd like to see him foot another spinning heel kick from Magomedov.
What an absolutely phenomenal set of kicks we've seen from this master grappler.
That jab is absolute pinpoint. There it is again. He followed that up with a straight right down the middle. He's not yet. He's still going. This is incredible. Now Magomedov senses a little bit of blood in the water. Again with the jab and forces Shervaniev into the takedown. Potential for a guillotine here.
Potential for a lot of things here, Phil.
Can't quite see if he has it. He does have 4 wins by guillotine on his ledger. Grimace on the face. I think he has this.
Tight.
He's trying to fight the choking arm.
Got to get in his side just a little bit more.
Oh, that is underneath the chin.
He's stopping that. He's stopping that counter.
Wow.
Head down.
Gets the head out. I thought that was game over.
If you love that, Phil, don't wait long. There's another submission coming.
Has wrist control. Triangle attempt here.
Looking for an armbar.
Shervaniev needs to step out of this position. He can't lie here with a supreme grappler like Kamil Magomedov. It's too dangerous. Trying to attack a far side arm here. But now Shervaniev may check the back. We still don't know just how compromised Akhmed Shervaniev is. What a fight so far. This has absolutely everything, Kerry.
Kamil Magomedov has his wits far more about him right now. He's able to slip, he's able to land clever shots.
Again, that jab for Kamil Magomedov is paying dividends. The cumulative damage, it has improved. There it is again. Eventually that eye is going to be swollen shut by the end of the fight.
Akhmed's just a little bit slower. His reflexes are just a little slower. His thinking process is just a little slower.
Scores a big take on himself, but again, guillotine attempt.
Can he hold it?
Magomedov.
No, he can't. There's danger here.
1 minute left in the third and final round. A fight that has had absolutely everything. Knockdown, submission attempts, firefights, takedowns.
Magomedov had to decide if he wanted to fall back for that guillotine or try and spin to the back.
Oh,
there's his choice.
He's trying to switch the guillotine. Mako mounted on it. 30 seconds to go in the third and final round. Akhmed Shervaniev treading water right now. Could see Magomedov pull on the guillotine. Oh,
trying to pull
tight.
that head clean off.
He's readjusting, maybe mount a guillotine. 16 seconds left in the round. Has he got it? This looks tight again. How tight is Akhmed Shervaniev?
That is pressure.
Shervaniev intimating that he was safe. What a fight! Incredible from both men. Like I said, Kerry, that had absolutely everything.
Phil, those were my heroes. They showed conditioning, they showed heart, they showed beautiful technique, and they showed character.
Without a shadow of a doubt, that
Друзья, громкие аплодисменты нашим бойцам.
lived up to expectations and then some. That fight gave me absolutely everything I wanted from it and more. And again, I was so engrossed in the action that I wouldn't even know where to begin scoring that fight.
Not our job, Phil. Our job right now is to be in awe and share that awe at what we just watched.
That's the case. When it looked like Akhmed Shervaniev was beginning to pull away, when he dropped Kamil Magomedov, Kamil came back with that jab, which was absolutely exquisite and pinpoint.
I have no idea who won that. All I can tell you is I hope it's a draw so I can see it again.
Final scores being tabulated and collated. Head of commission Declan Larkin is making sure all the T's are crosses and I's are dotted before he hands over the information to our MC, Mr. Lance Murdoch. But again, I'm not eloquent enough, nor do I have the intellect to fully put into words just how much I appreciated that fight, just how much I enjoyed that fight, and just the even deeper level of respect I have for both combatants.
I'll tell you what we saw there is we saw the power of their respective peoples. You and I have discussed this many times. Who are the toughest of the toughest fighters we ever see in the Brave Combat Federation cage. It comes down to Chechnya and Dagestan. That's what we saw here. We just saw the beauty of their peoples. After a fight like that, brother, I don't care who won. I just am in awe I got to see it.
Well, the time is now. Referee, or head of commission, Declan Larkin, has just handed the scores over to Lance Murdoch. We are ready for the official decision.
Okay, what a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we consult the judges' scorecards. Our first judge scored it 29-28 to the blue corner. Our second judge scored it 29-28 to the red corner. It is a split decision. Judge 3 scored it 29-28 to the blue corner, Akhmed Shervaniev.